Hello and welcome back to another episode of Power Rangers Lore. Today we're going to talk about another one of the Halloween specials because it is the month of Halloween and we're getting close to the last week of Halloween itself. So we're going to hear and talk about the episode It Came from Angel Grove. Now this is an episode I had to go digging for, and it is really good Halloween episode. It is probably one of the best Halloween episodes out there in my opinion for a full Halloween theme. Now the other two before this were not Halloween released on the same month, but were both very horror-esque, playing off the horror of aliens in space and being alone and the topsy-turviness of it all. Now this one is much more going back to the classics, such as Universal's monsters ideas, such as the mummy, the Wolfman, the vampire, Dracula himself. Now they also play and twist the names around on it, but let's go through this episode really quickly. Now, it starts out a dark and stormy night in Angel Grove High School, guarded none other than by Bulk and Skull, because, he can't go anywhere without Bulk and Skull being involved. Well, Adam and Tanya are there studying, and Tanya goes it's getting late, I'm gonna go home. What about you, Adam? He's like, no, I'm gonna stay, I gotta get the studying done and get some other stuff done as well. And she goes, okay. She bumps into Bulk and Skull, who have already fallen asleep on their night patrol. And she goes, well, I'm going home. And they're like, whoa. You going home? It's a full moon out there. And she goes, and? So what about it? And they basically have an argument where basically she agrees to walk them home, even though they're supposed to be guarding the base, essentially. So it means that even if they walk out with her, they have to come back. So their plan was kind of not very foolproof, as is with the Bulk and Skull plan. But so they also claim when they say it's a full moon, it's unusual things happen under a full moon. Kind of true. If you're in the police department, you've probably seen some crazy people hopped up on drugs doing some dumb stuff, especially if it's a full moon on Halloween night. Now, from there on out, Adam needs a break. He kind of decides he needs to take a break from studying, and he turns his TV and it shows his old favorite monster movies. It shows the classics, but they changed the name. They changed the name from the Bride of Frankenstein to the Bride of Hackensack. Yes, Hackensack. Yep, really original name there. But you can clearly tell it's the Bride of Frankenstein, and going from that part on. And he proceeds to sit down and watch it, and then falls asleep on the sofa. Now he is rudely woken up by a black cat, runs into the room, and Adam goes what the heck, and chases after it, only to run into Rita and Lord Zed, who stand in the darkened hallway of the high school, and they kind of point and laugh at him. They'll tell him why he slept. The Machine Empire took over the planet and brainwashed his friends, and they kind of laugh at him and make him feel really bad about himself. He's like, I slept through all that? Oh my god. Now he's going to put up a fight, but they quickly go, you can't beat us, blah, blah, blah. And Adam's only hope is to follow the cat that is leading him to a powerful sorcerer, and the sorcerer basically goes, if you want to gain my trust, and I'll help you turn back the tide against the machines, you must collect the cape of a vampire, the hair of a werewolf, the wrappings of a mummy, and the eye of a cat in order to earn my favor. Now, that doesn't sound very plausible, and he should probably at this point realize that he's probably just dreaming, but he goes along with it, and he goes through a door. Now, as soon as he steps through this door, he finds himself in a black and white world. Now, the pictures I'm going to show in here are going to be very black and white from this point on. It's full-on ancient, not ancient horror, but original Universal Mummy Dracula theme. It's all black and white, so the picture quality is not that great already, so it's going to get even worse here. So he goes through and he runs into the first vampire he meets, who is basically a bartender. Tomcula. Yes, Tomcula. Tommy as a vampire. He's serving him drinks and his friends, except he wants something more fresh from Adam's veins. Now, they kind of threaten and stuff like that, and that's when he's almost about to get jumped when King Mondo suddenly appears to taunt Tommy and sends down his cogs. At the same time, using the distraction, Adam grabs Tomcula's cape and runs. A voice calls out suddenly, and a rope appears, and Adam climbs it and appears in a forest where he meets Lord Henry. Now, he and the villagers are out looking on a watch for some werewolf in the area, as per any monster movie, and he finds out that Henry himself is the werewolf. It's actually Rocky in disguise, but we can't. We have to call him Lord Henry. But hey, what do I know? Now, when Henry falls into a bush, Adam grabs him and caught his hair and basically flees. He just grabs his hair and just starts running as fast as he can. Now, a guy also comes out of the local Burgermeister, who is basically the mayor of the town, has a dogs, and he kind of scares off Henry in a way. And Adam is directed towards a nearby cave where a professor is researching the tomb of Prince Bulkenhopt. Yes, Bulkenhopt. They're clever with these names, I gotta say this. Now the mummified Prince awakens and is chased until Adam helps him unwind by pulling at his wraps. He's also terrified of the black cat that shows up, as showing like in the original Mummy movie, where Cat's the guardian of the world. It scares him back into his tomb, and Adam just closes it behind him. Now things get a little weird when Adam leaves the cave and arrives in a strange laboratory, where he meets none other than Dr. Von Hackensack, who is none other than Billy, and his assistant, Igor, who is a multi-eyed, terrifying version of Alpha 5. I was like, when I rewatched this, I was going, what is going on there? But okay. So then they're working to create a zombie bride, just like they were supposed to be doing in his favorite movie, The Bride of Hackensack, or also The Bride of Frankenstein. Now, it's none other than Tanya. However, her whole scene's pushed away when the cat reappears and transforms into Valencia, the queen of the witches. Now, that's a different name because it's Catherine in disguise, and she's evil. She's like Wizard of Oz, green, evil, nasty, large-nosed witch, which is also a good little reference to her being a cat when they first meet her. And she demands Adam submit to her power. But he takes her cat's eye pendant, and she melts away immediately, like she was hit by water. Now, with that all done, he's completed his quest, and he gathers all four and reaches towards the wizard, Zordon, who he forces him to choose one of his friends to fight against the Lord Drillmaster, which that's interesting that he would do so, but then ask him what if Tommy would do in this situation. Zordon accepts it as Adam's answer and sends Tommy into battle, struggles against Drillmaster, but ultimately triumphs over the Master because it's Tommy. That's what would happen there. Adam demands basically to revert the world back to normal, but reveals he's none other than King Mondo and sends his monster to destroy him. Basically, this is all a trap. This is when suddenly, when basically he's about to be destroyed, Adam suddenly is wakened by Tommy, Cat, Tanya, and Rocky. As it turns out, slept through the whole night and suffered through one big nightmare. That's what you get for being a Power Ranger suffering PTSD, trying to study. Now, it doesn't just end there, because right when Bulk and Skull pass through, chasing what looks like that very same cat from his dreams, Adam sees a commercial for an encore of the movie his favorite movie, and the other Ranger's like, "Oh, we're gonna watch it. You want to watch it?" And he's like, "No. I'm done with scary movies." Probably scared to death by the fact that that cat is out there, and he didn't see it before he fell asleep. Dun dun dun. Might have been a subconscious thing, but might not have been. Now, I'm glad they chose the name It Came From Angel Grove, because the original was Nightmare in Angel Grove, and I felt it would have been Nightmare on Angel Grove Lane would be good too, but there was no monster chasing after him the entire time of his own subconscious, so I felt like that It Came From Angel Grove was like just another reference to the horror films, such as it's my local area, it was filmed in my area, it was the Creature from the Black Lagoon. I don't know, I had to pause for a second to figure out what the heck the name was, but that was filmed in my local area. So I think it was good. It came from the Angel Grove. It's a bunch of different names there. You got a whole genre of horror movies to play off with, and they was really good going there. Now, very similarly, you could see in season 2 of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the costume that Billy was dressed in as William Von Hackensack is similar to his Mad Scientist costume, so they probably just reused it. But it's pretty interesting there too. I like that haul together there. I like the entire episode. It was a good horror episode. But let me know what you guys think. Go back to, do you think this deserves to be of my list or not? Thank you very much, guys. Have a good one, and may the power protect you always. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. And give me what you want to hear next. Don't be afraid. Shout out. I love to respond to you guys. Good night.